Quarantine 2020.
God, we're idiots.
It must be remembered that we are in the preliminary stage of one of the greatest battles in history. That the air battle is continuous, and that many preparations have to be made here at home. You ask, what is our policy? I will say it is to wage war by sea, land, and air, with all our might, and with all the strength that God can give us.
Hey guys, this is Andy,
Johnny.
and welcome back to Beards and Bibles. Been a little bit since we've seen each other, and some weird stuff has happened. Number one, hand sanitizer. The most valued product in the land. You put it on your hands, maybe your face, tongue a little, I don't know. That got in my eye. Ow. Wow. It's crazy. People are going nuts over hand sanitizer, and I don't really understand why. But Johnny, if there's one thing I don't understand more than the hand sanitizer, could you guess what it is?
Monkeys?
Not monkeys.
Tiger King.
Not tiger.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. It's this.
Toilet paper!
Toilet paper! What is with you people and toilet paper? Anytime I go to Walmart, nobody's got toilet paper. Did somebody decide that they were gonna pick up a new juggling career, and they were like, oh, I just need to go and buy all the toilet paper?
You gotta wipe my butt.
There is no toilet paper anywhere, and nobody knows why. This is not a pooping thing.
2020.
Nobody's pooping right now. And if you are pooping, if you're pooping that much that you need to buy 6 giant packages of toilet paper, 20 packs, then maybe you should be at the hospital for other reasons.
Hey, he's stone cold and I'm the Rock, so he better know his role.
If you smell what everybody's pooping. Seriously, guys, with the toilet paper, you gotta quit. It doesn't make sense. It makes me uncomfortable. It also makes me uncomfortable how much people are becoming aware about hand washing as if they weren't before.
Well, I never really did wash my hands. I'm learning a few things.
Johnny's never sang happy birthday so many times in his
Sorry.
entire life.
It's like, happy birthday. I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm just kidding. I washed them a little bit before all this epidemic, but yeah, I wash them a lot more now.
Oh, I think everybody is.
Yeah, everybody is.
Seriously. And the world's gone insane. And, at first when this thing started, I think everybody was kind of sitting there a college would close down, and we were like, come on, really?
Come on, man.
Seriously?
Online classes.
Really gonna close down the semester over this, the coronavirus? I mean, who cares? And then, the NBA shut down, and we were like, okay, that's strange.
LeBron says, I ain't gonna play in front of if there ain't no fans. Well, guess what? The commissioner says you ain't playing at all, big boy.
Right. Nobody's playing.
Nobody's playing.
In any game in the NBA or any sport period, people have actually been rooting to bring back ESPN 8, the Ocho. I don't know if that was ever actually a thing to begin with, but if this keeps going the way that it's going, it could be.
Ocho, no.
Ocho, no.
Ocho, no.
But I mean, seriously, this thing's going crazy, guys. I mean, schools are closed down, not just colleges, but public schools. My kids have been home now for, 3 weeks?
Something like that. I don't know how long your kids have been with you.
It's insane. And businesses all over the country are closing. Things are getting bad when GameStop says, listen, we're going to close our doors. Unfortunately, that's not the case for Johnny and myself. We are essential.
Essential.
Super essential.
Essential.
Super.
China.
China. Comes from China.
It comes from China.
China.
Guess what? It's America here.
It's America. And here in America, we've not done this video in a while, and we don't really know how to act anymore. This quarantine is doing things to people.
Yeah.
Right now, the most sensational thing that people can find is a methed out gay dude that wrestles tigers from Oklahoma.
Yeah, and hates a woman named Carol Baskins.
Carol Baskin killed her husband.
Baskins and Robbins.
Baskins and Robbins. Take her out of the Robbins and it's Baskins. Then I'm triggered.
Well, what she did, she killed him, then she robbed her husband. See, she is Baskins and Robbins.
She really is. She is.
But anyways, Speaking of shows and stuff, I'm very disappointed, possibly the most disappointed in this certain time, because I like watching movies as they come out in the theater. I follow a bunch of movie reviewers, and there's some movies that's been shut down that I was looking forward to.
Yeah, I mean, I know that a few really good ones have been unfortunately passed up because of this whole situation. We found out that you can't actually say because if you do, the censors will try to shut your videos down. So we're not going to say or we're just going to say the situation, not the wrestler,
or not Mike,
not Mike. Just we're going to call it the situation because that's what everybody else calls it. They say in this situation.
But Netflix has canceled all their new stuff. They're not coming out with any more shows and all this. And it's just like, it's sad.
It really is.
But I can tell you one thing that's not sad. The memes are better than they ever have been.
Oh, memes are golden.
Memes are awesome. Do you like memes? If you don't, you should. Get on Facebook, add a couple young people that make fun of boomers, and there you go.
You've got all the memes you need.
Yeah, I mean,
Johnny and I are blessed actually to live in the state of Kentucky, where we have Governor Andy Brashear,
yes,
or as they are calling him now, Governor Daddy.
Yes. There are so many killer memes about Andy Brashear.
It's fantastic.
It's the best. It's like the Joe Biden memes from back in the day.
Yeah. Even just a couple of months ago, he was trending again, and then like the situation happened, and everybody's like, "All right, pump the brakes. We got to talk about some new stuff." And so that's where we're at. And yeah, it is kind of disappointing. I mean, like the only show that I can think of that's still airing new episodes is probably like Westworld. There's some live action shows that like The Masked Singer, and I think all the stuff that they're airing is recorded. But I mean, a lot of the stuff that people are accustomed to watching, like the late night shows,
WWE, it's performing in front of a empty crowd in their performance center. And I know Vince McMahon is probably having a cow, but
well, not only that, but I mean, like essentially this has shut down the XFL in its inaugural season. And that is really disappointing.
That is true.
I mean, granted, it was probably going to shut itself down because there was not a lot of people in the stands to begin with.
But it was fun.
It was fun. It was really fun.
I just am glad that I'm getting a stimulus check. Come on.
We're all getting that check.
I'm going to... I say I'm going to do a lot of things, but probably my wife's going to pay off bills or something. But hey... I am proud to be an American because I may not be on welfare, but I'm getting a stimulus check.
I'm going to live like a 3-day millionaire.
I am a 3-day millionaire. When it comes to that, I don't know if I want to buy a new guitar, if I want to do this or that, or my wife's just going to take it all and do what she wants to do with it. But anyways, it's free money.
I'm probably going to just feed my children because I've got too many of them now.
Well, I say free money, but... in the land of the free, nothing's free.
Taxes.
And I'm pretty sure that we're going to get something, extra taxes taken out to pay for it back or something like that.
Something.
But right now, I live life on the edge. I don't care. I'm going to say, if it's happening right now, I'm happy. But the quarantine, let's get a little... Everybody that's not essential is going crazy.
Yes.
But we're super crazy because we still have to go to work.
We do. We have to go to work and deal with our nuns of customers.
Yeah, nuns. Like, I'm not talking about holy nuns.
Multiple of nuns.
Yeah.
But not the N-U-N nuns. N-O-N-E. N-O-N-E. I spelled that right.
N-O-N-E.
N-O-N-E.
N-O-N-E. N-O-N-E.
Nuns.
Say that 10 times.
Yeah, I can't.
N-O-N-E. 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 Annoying.
Annoying. That really, it is. It's annoying.
It is annoying. Because the ones that's supposed to be inside, staying safe, hashtag people that's about 30, 40 years older than me, are the ones that's still coming out to pay their phone bill.
So let's go ahead and talk about this for just a second there. Because, one of the things that Johnny and I have really talked about here lately in our profession, because we both work for a phone company. Nice.
Nice.
We both work for a phone company, and
Cross my heart.
we have both discovered that there is an abundance of people that don't know the internet exists. Because I have never met so many people in my life that want to pay their bills in person in the store. And I'm just saying the internet exists. And you could go to your phonecarrierwebsite.com and pay those bills online if you want to.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna take my hand
Me
down
too.
slowly.
I don't work for them. I work for a sister company.
Yeah, we don't actually work for
We're
these
authorized
guys.
retailers.
Authorized.
Actually,
We're probably not authorized to say this, and that's why we're never going to say them by name.
yeah.
Because if we say them by name, then it makes it real. Ooh. Hope you don't read. Anywho, here's the thing about this, guys. I mean, like we were joking about the toilet paper and everything, but honestly, it seems like this situation has really, like, it's brought out the best in some people. I've seen some churches doing some amazing things. I've seen churches that have been not only just banding together as a congregation, but working together with other churches to help feed people in the community that during a time like this, they're not financially prepared for it, and there's no income coming in. And so these churches are getting together and they're helping feed people. They really are going out there and they're being the church. And it's amazing. And I'm seeing so many people be so resourceful. A friend of ours got laid off from work. And, like many people did. And he didn't just go home and sit on his haunches and just sit there and mope about it. No, even though he got laid off from his regular job, he started getting out there and putting his other skills to use. And he's mechanicking and he's fixing people's cars. I mean, there's a ton of things that we can still be doing that are safe. Mm-hmm. That is the big thing right there, is honestly to be safe, because I know that we've made fun of this situation a lot, and there are times that it does need to be made fun of. But I mean, it really is a scary, weird time to be alive. Yeah. This is an unprecedented thing that nobody in the history of anybody I could ever think of, I mean, maybe not since the plague, have they had to deal with something like this. I mean, and we've dealt with some things over the past 20 years. I mean, we've dealt with Ebola and swine flu and H1N1 and all these different things, but never on the level that we've seen this at. And so there are some people that have really, really shown their resourcefulness, and they've really showed the best in humanity. But with that being said, there are other people out there that
we'll buy 200 rolls of toilet paper and not leave anything for the old lady that comes and has nobody to help.
Yeah.
So, we all need to think about each other instead of just thinking about ourselves. That's why staying home is essential just for other people. Like his son, he has pre-existing conditions. Mm-hmm. Me and my wife help take care of her granny. She has, Alzheimer's and dementia. So, and she's got other issues too. If we was to get it, because someone, us staying home the best that we can is taking care of other people. And us being essential employees, I mean, not that I'm complaining. Thank God for my job. Thank God for my job. I love my job.
I do too.
But in this time, we have people that could die.
Yes.
That live with us, that we see all the time. And we are doing our best to keep people alive. And not just the people that we care about, but other people. Because there's more Andys, there's more Johnnies out there in this world that have people that depend on them, that have pre-existing or around older people. And
I just want to do your best. One thing out there real quick. Anybody that's watching this video right now and they're saying, well, if you guys are doing your part, then why aren't you 6 feet apart? Well, it's because our line of work it forces us to be in close confines with each other. Yeah. So if we were going to spread it to each other, we really couldn't have avoided that. I mean, we still take precautions, though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, oh, please don't do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's all them years and them Marlboros.
Right. But there are things that you can be doing. What Johnny was saying, I mean, don't just think of yourselves. Think of the people that other people have to interact with. You know, there are a lot of people that come into my store. I've had people come into my store that have had the sniffles and the coughs and all that stuff. And, you know, they're trying to say, oh, it's seasonal allergies. Well, you know, right now I don't care.
I don't care.
Because I don't want to take it home to my son who already has a compromised system. And Johnny doesn't want to take it home to his grandmother who already has a compromised immune system. So be thinking about those other people. And when you're out of the stores and you're picking up these necessary supplies, you know, be thinking about other people. Don't just think about yourselves and what you need for you.
Right.
There's just a lot of different ways that we can be helping each other. You know, if you're the kind of person that you've got, if you happen to be one of these people that's flush with cash, see if there's a ministry or an organization out there right now that is trying to meet the needs of people in the community, and see if you can help them.
Yeah.
You know, just whatever you can. You know, if you need to check on your neighbors, drop some groceries off for them, whatever you need to do, go ahead and do that. But above all of those things, I think the biggest thing that we would caution people to do is just to use common sense and be safe. If you need to cough, honestly, if you need to cough or if you need to sneeze, don't cough into your arm, sneeze into your shirt. Don't let it get spread all over the place. Use things like hand sanitizer regularly. Wash your hands literally every time you go to the bathroom, and then anytime you interact with, you know, outside objects, anytime you interact with pets, or with
gas pumps.
Gas pumps, that's a big one.
That other people use. Literally anything.
And there are other things, like, I understand that not everybody has access to hand sanitizer right now, but there are other things that you can use in its place. And, you know, this is going to be one of the things that kind of, you know, maybe people in the church are going to have a problem with, but right now in our state, alcohol sales are not being prohibited. I mean, if you can get your hands on a high enough proof concentration of alcohol, you can use that to literally clean your hands. That's what alcohol does. If you're getting Smirnoff, you know, green apple or something like that, yeah, it's probably not going to do the trick. But I mean, like the, I guess what, like Everclear, vodka.
I mean, there's all kinds out there, but
Yeah.
you just have to just do it for the right reasons.
Do it for the right
We're not
reasons.
saying go get drunk off this stuff. We're just trying to think of different ways for a person to be safe.
Yeah.
Now,
You can also use, I mean, of course you can use rubbing alcohol as well. But I mean, rubbing alcohol...
it's probably hard to find right now.
It's a little bit hard to find right now, because I have noticed, I've went to the grocery stores, you know, one of the things that my business is running low on is like Clorox wipes. I've been looking everywhere for Clorox wipes, so I've been looking for these things, and I've noticed that, you know, rubbing alcohol is in low supply right now, just as much as hand sanitizer and all these other products. But I mean, even if you don't have access to those things, I don't think there's anywhere that's completely ran out of soap and water.
No, I don't think so either.
So I mean, you always have access to something. The biggest thing that, you know, you can take away from this is just use common sense. Keep yourselves clean. Try not to put your hands to your face and mouth so much. It's
Like
really
I do.
like we both do
I
constantly.
mean, it's just like, hey, let's rub my beard.
Yeah.
Oh, I got something in my eye.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, if you're gonna do that kind of thing, I mean, just, you know, keep some stuff to clean your hands with around. But I mean, just be safe.
The most important thing to do is to pray for one another.
Exactly.
Because I don't see who he comes in contact with every single day. I just pray that God guards him and his family, that way that it doesn't come back to any of them. And you know, and if I'm praying for someone else, then, you know, hopefully they're praying for me too. I mean, I know he'll be praying for me, and we will be praying for you.
Exactly.
Because your health is just as important as ours.
And don't just stop at your friends either.
Yeah.
I mean, don't forget your leaders right now.
Yeah.
Whether it's your local leaders, your church leaders. Right now, pastors of churches all over the nation, all over the world are going through an unprecedented time.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Where they are trying to figure out how to reach people that they can't come in contact with.
While trying to keep their church open, because like in some of the older churches that doesn't have like text to give or, you know, an app to pay through your tithes, the tithes is what keeps the doors open.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. If a person has a problem with tithes, then, you know, if a sinner or someone that has a problem, issue, whatever, they need, you know, salvation, they usually come to the church house. If the church house is not open, if there's not a avenue, a door, or something to walk through, a ministry somewhere, then that could leave that sinner without hope in their mind. Now, I know Jesus is everywhere, but paying tithe is a very important thing, and especially right now, because if we are going to be out for months and months and months, the church world wasn't prepared for this.
No.
I mean, there's not a church that I know, besides probably like huge mega churches, that have enough in their bank to keep them afloat, pay their mortgage, their rent, their water, their electric, and all this for months.
And you know, the funny thing I've seen is most of the churches right now are not even really concerned. Like, they're less concerned about how they're going to keep their doors open and their power on, as much as they can figure out how they're going to help the people in their congregation. Yeah. That's the majority of churches that I've seen.
Yeah.
And so be praying for your church, be supporting your church, and then honestly, guys, you know, I'm not a political person at all, but I will say this right now: it doesn't matter what political affiliation our government leaders have. We need to be praying for them.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter if you support them, if you voted for them or not. Because right now, that's the person that's got the job. And we need to be praying that they make the best decisions for every single one of us. So please, if there's ever been a time in your life that you could stop praying against somebody, now would be that time.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, they shouldn't even pray against them, because in the Bible it says to pray for your enemies.
Exactly. Exactly.
But anyways,
I think that's pretty much all we've got on this situation. But once again, guys, stay safe. We love each and every one of you. We are going to be praying for each and one of you.
I got a fever.
The only prescription for that is more cowbell. Nailed it.
All right, guys.
All right, see ya.